Hey guys, how y'all doing? So I know a lot of y'all have the 2008 onward Silverado Sierras, Tahoe, Yukon, what have you. And I know you've been driving around and you look down at your voltmeter and it's down to like 13, almost 12 as you're just driving along being normal. You're thinking to yourself, hey, that should probably be higher. Well, what happens is the PCM commands it off or to charge the alternator charge at a lower voltage so that you save on gas mileage. I think that's what it's for. And probably longevity of the battery and alternator and what have you. But the issue is when you're trying to run, multiple amplifiers or even just one big amplifier or off-road lights or just accessories, inverters, power inverters, whatever you have, what have you, you notice that it can be a pain in the ass. It drops down. It gives you dimming all over. Anyway, you don't want it, right? You want your alternator and your battery to charge at 14.4, 14.5, whatever you want, so that you can keep your lights on or your music going or what have you. So I got this great tip on the internet. They were selling this little dongle for, I want to say it's like $80, but you can do it yourself for, I want to say 10 and maybe 2 or 3 hours of your time. It's not too bad. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is a little thing that I bought on Amazon. It's a frequency generator. Let me show it to you. So this is my Silverado. I just finished installing it. Now, I know you've heard that, if you disconnect the alternator plug, then you'll be able to get it. It doesn't do that. It drops back to 13.7, and you'll get that annoying indicator light saying service your charging system. So don't take that off. Do it this way. So this is my system here. Ignore the wires. I gotta clean all this up, but that's not what it is. That here, this is what it is. The frequency XYPWM1. Now, can you see it? It's at 128 hertz at 75%. So here, let me show you something real quick. I'm gonna turn on the truck. It's gonna be a little bit of back and forth, guys. Ignore the wires. I'm still cleaning up here. But engine off, 12 and a half. So I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna set it to, you can just click the button and you see it blinking right there for that 128. That's how you change your hertz. I'm sorry about my skills here. So you click on the little, and that adjusts your hertz, and then you can turn this to up your percentage. And this, what this commands, is your alternator working percentage. Now this will not show you your voltage at all. So let me bring this down to where it was when I first got it, at 50%. Okay, it's at 128 hertz because that's where the alternator operates at, and if it's commanding 50% alternator load or function. Key. So right now you see my turn on voltage is at under 14 here. Let's go look at the multimeter. With the multimeter, we are at 13.1. So that's, oh, the music turned on. So that's 13.1. So that's 13.1. Pause that. That's 13.1 commanded at 50%. Well, let's bring it up a bit, right? We want the charging voltage to be higher. So let's see what happens. So right here, 50%, right? And we just start turning it. Well, now we're commanding it to work harder. Well, let's do 60. We'll do at 60. Now it's commanding the alternator to work at 60 to work at 60% load. Look at that. 13.6, 13.7. See, now the PCM isn't controlling your alternator. You are with this device. See it. So now I want to command it. No, I like to go 75%, but you can do whatever you like. Always leave, once you set your hertz at 128, do not change it, because that's what the alternator operates at, 128 hertz. Never change that 128. That one stays. The only thing they can change is the 75% to whatever you want it to. Well, let's go take a look. Now we're right around, yeah, 14.4, 14.5. Honestly, guys, I am happy that I did this. Let me walk you through real quick how actually simple it is. I installed it back here with my amps because, well, I had access, I have the spot, I have the space, and I don't like for anything to look kind of, you know, cluttered, I guess, up front. I don't like all the lights at night. Like a relatively stock look, you know, with everything hidden. But you can definitely install it up front. Here's what you need. So this is, I just tapped into these here, my negative, my positive, and so it's just your negative, your positive, and then you have one extra wire, this one right here, that goes, so it'll say, so you'll have your positive, your 12-volt constant, your ground, and your PWM, which is your pulse width modulator, I believe. And that pulse width modulator is what commands your alternator to charge at a higher voltage or ignore the PCM. So it's just 3 wires. I mean, you can wire it to the front if you like. That's your call. I like it back here because I'm not going to mess with it a whole lot. And if I need to, I'm probably messing with the amplifiers and stuff, which I'll be back here anyway. So you just, yeah, you got your positive, your negative, and then you have that PWM wire. I took that PWM wire and ran it up along the side rails, up along the trim, out the grommet here. You see the black wire coming across, and then here it is coming along the alternator. And right into the alternator plug. Now you're thinking to yourself, which wire is it? Which wire? So all I did was, you see that, better look at it. See that tan wire? There's a tan and there's a gray wire. All I did was cut the tan wire and splice this PWM wire into it with some waterproof connections and some electrical tape, and left the original one just kind of there hanging in case I ever want to connect it back to stock. But all I did was cut the tan one and tie it in, plug it back up, and there we go. I'm still at 14.5. And guys, the most important part here is, boom, no lights, no charge system, nothing like that. And look, so I can actually, you know, run what I want around here. And I'm still gonna add a second battery, but that's for later. But as of right now, that should really tie me over. I noticed that when the bass is hitting, I'm no longer clipping, or as much anyway. Yeah, I'll leave a link in the description for that product. It's only like, I want to say $10 plus whatever wire in a couple hours of your time. It's well worth it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.